I'm Lauren Shields reporting from what could have been the capital of Michigan, according to Dansville historians. Other historians aren't so sure. Kellen Gailey is president of the Dansville Historical Society, which started as a Facebook page in 2010 and has been strictly digital since. It is raising money to renovate a room in the Dansville Village Hall for its first physical location. The goal is to raise $1,867 because 1867 was the year that Dansville was incorporated as a village. They have raised $350 so far. According to Gailey, the story about Dansville's shot at being Michigan's seat of government is more of a myth or rumor.
Dansville, at one time, its name was Ingham Center, and it's in Ingham Township in Ingham County, and it was looked at to be the capital for the state of Michigan. Because the railroad bypassed in Mason and Williamston and Leslie surrounding areas.
It was a series of fires downtown starting in 1885 and a lack of rebuilding that changed how it was perceived by the rest of the state, he says. Vice President of the Society, CAROLE Robinson, has a slightly different reasoning.
It actually would have been the capital because it was really thriving. There were so many businesses, hotels, dry goods store, blacksmiths, just tons of businesses, skating rinks. And had the railroad been positioned where it was originally supposed to, Dansville would have been the capital.
Robinson said she isn't sure where the railroad was supposed to be, but that it was supposed to be a lot closer to the village. And if it would have been, Dansville would have remained a thriving community. Robert Myers, Director of Education for the Historical Society of Michigan, said he hasn't heard of Dansville ever having been considered the capital or to be the capital of Michigan, nor has he heard of Ingham Center. The Michigan History Center has also said it didn't have knowledge of the story.
In 1847, they decided the state legislators wanted to move the capital to a location further into the center of the lower peninsula. And, of course, every town wanted to have the capital. In fact, Marshall, Michigan, built a governor's residence, which is still there. But nobody could quite decide on what town would get the state capital, the prestigious designation. And so finally, almost as a joke, somebody said, well, what about Lansing Township? And the vote carried.
The Dansville Historical Society is searching for additional documents and artifacts from the village. Perhaps when more is uncovered, the mystery of whether Dansville could have been the state capital will be solved. Reporting for Fox 47 from your neighborhood in Dansville, Lauren Shields.